Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. This is what I know. This video is going to be raw and uncut. Um, you know, I make these videos. A lot of times I've thought about the topic, the subject matter, that type of thing. And then there are times when God places something on my heart really heavy, and it is like a leap within my spirit that's like, go and make the video now, right now, raw and uncut. So that's what this video is. First of all, again, happy Thanksgiving. I'm kind of emotional right now because I can't even explain it to y'all. This is how I'll put it. Like, it's been a challenging 2 days for me, only because my fiance has moved back to Kansas City. And so you know how it is when you're moving. It's just like chaotic in the beginning. But that's the only part that's been challenging, is the actual move. You know what I'm saying? And me adjusting, that type of thing. But what it has shown me is this: you cannot allow your emotions to get the best of you. Okay? We are in a great space. Like, our foundation, my fiance and I, our foundation is so solid. It's based on a friendship that we've had over 10 years, right? So, it's solid in that sense. But what I want to tell you all is that you have to, along these journeys that you're going in life, whatever journey you are on in your life right now, don't let your emotions get the best of you. I always talk to y'all from experience, because my emotions got the best of me, these past couple days, because it was such a quick change. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that I didn't want the change. I did. But what I'm saying is, you have to have emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence means that you recognize when you recognize where you're at emotionally, and you own it. You know what I'm saying? You own wherever you are in life emotionally, whether it's up, whether it's way down, whether it's like roller coaster riding. You own it, and you recognize it, and you're aware. So self-awareness is key. You know what I'm saying? And not allowing your emotions to just get in the driver's seat and take over. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, so listen, my whole point in this whole video is to talk about emotional intelligence and being self-aware. You have to be aware of who you are, where you are emotionally, and then be able to own it, even the ugly parts. You see what I'm saying? Even the ugly parts. So, I'm always willing to be transparent with you guys, because I just don't believe in fronting. Pretending, faking. I don't believe in doing that, because that is what I've kind of been conditioned to do my whole life, is to just kind of like, it's okay. It's okay no matter what. It's okay. Sometimes it's just not okay. Okay? Listen, I had to own that emotionally I was really like tripped up, not because of the actual move, but because I wasn't prepared, basically. And this is what I've been waiting for 3 years. And I still wasn't prepared. But the reason I wasn't prepared had nothing to do with my actual desire to have my fiance, my entire family here together, finally. We've been on this journey for 3 years. So it had nothing to do with my actual desire, which was to have my entire family together. you know. But it had everything to do with the fact that it made me realize, not that I didn't already know, I did already know, but what I had to be aware of and own is that quick changes, you know, sudden changes, they throw me off. You know what I mean? So it kind of was a really quick, hard adjustment for me, and it was very. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was very hard for me, but it had nothing to do with my desire. So you know, to be emotionally intelligent means being self-aware. I've already stated that. You have to actually pay attention to yourself. You have to actually give love to yourself. Pay attention to yourself just like you would your best friend. You know, to your triggers in life, to what makes you feel great, what fills you with joy, what, could make you feel unhappy. You have to know what your triggers are. And the thing of it is that it's so many people that go through life and they don't even understand why they are upset about something all of a sudden that their mate or their best friend or their mom or their dad has said. They don't even understand. They think it's about that thing that they said, but really it's about a moment in time that hurt them, that threw them off in life, that hurt them deeply, that changed them, in a moment. It changed them and it made their outlook change. Their outlook on life, on the world, change. So I want you to become emotionally intelligent by working on your self-awareness, really paying attention to yourself and being honest with the things that trigger you, the things that you may get upset about or get thrown off or whatever. I want you to really pay attention to, it's important that you pay attention to the things that make you get off balance, or that just don't make you feel so great, or that make you feel kind of off kilter. You know what I'm saying? So pay attention to those things, and then it's important to dig deep and really go back to what is this really all about. So for me, full transparency moment here. For me, I've been knowing that my fiance, is moving back for about 30 days, right? Our original plan was 5 to 6 months, right? And then he suggested, hey, why not just come back now? So I panicked. Not because I don't want him here. Absolutely, that's not it. Like I said, I've been waiting on this here moment in time for 3 years. So I was already expecting it, awaiting it, excited about it. But what triggered me was the all of a sudden switch and change up of the plans. You see what I'm saying? And I had to really sit back and think, okay, this comes from this in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be really honest with myself in saying the reason I am so thrown off is not because I don't want my fiance here or my family, the kids here. That's not it at all. It's the sudden change. It's the quick change in plans. And I'm going to tell y'all something. That comes from childhood trauma. Okay? When I was growing up, things just changed so quickly in my life as just a kid from childhood. I went from being the baby of the family. It was me and my older sister, and then I had 2 younger brothers from my dad and his wife. So we didn't live together, but I was fully aware. Wait, were my brothers even born back when I was 10? My little brother, my big little brother was born, but my little brother was not born back then. But what I'm saying is, I was okay with the change with my dad and my stepmom. Like, me and my stepmom were super close before she passed in 2017. Me and my brothers were super cool. You know what I'm saying? But what happened immediately in my family, in my household, where it was just me, my oldest sister, and my mom, is that my mom became pregnant with my little sister. And I was 9 years old, you know. I was okay with that, you know. That I was excited about that. I wasn't even really aware at the time, honestly, of the changes that would come, but at the same time, I was also witnessing, unknowingly witnessing my oldest sister going through her own childhood trauma, you know. And I won't put her business out there, but she was dealing with her own childhood trauma and acting out in ways that someone with childhood trauma in her particular area of life would. And I personally had to witness that. And because I like admired my big sister, totally admired her, you know, but I watched her move in certain ways that affected me. I watched my mom move in certain ways that affected me. And then decisions were made about my life that I had no input on because I'm 9. So, for one, you know, my little sister came, that was fine, you know, cool. But for two, I all of a sudden became a caretaker of my little sister. All of a sudden, overnight, just like that. I was excited about my little sister. I still am very close with my little sister. We're 10 years apart. I was super excited about her, and I loved her, and I adored her, and she was my baby sister. But what I didn't know at that time, because I was so young and I just had to follow orders, I didn't understand that me having to do certain things for my little sister were impacted me in certain ways, like, you know, washing bottles. And I knew how to wash a bottle, make formula and milk, clean the nipples of the bottle, change a diaper, clean. My little sister only wore cloth diapers because that's the way my mom was. Like, you're only gonna wear cloth diapers, you know. So we didn't have like Pampers that you just roll up and throw out. So my little sister wore cloth diapers. At 10, I was cleaning poo out of a cloth diaper in warm water. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do that. You know, I had to go run, give me the bib, go run, give me the, you know, I all of a sudden became the babysitter in a whole lot of ways, you know, and it was sudden, just like that. And then a year and a half later, not even quite a year and a half later, my oldest sister, who at the time was only 15, was pregnant. So now I'm 12, and I become an aunt at 12 because my sister had my niece at 15. So now I've got my niece who's newborn, my sister, you know, who's 2, and I'm helping out with both of them. And that was sudden, just like that, you know. And then as time went along, my niece came and stayed with us, and that was sudden. I had to take care of her and my sister babysit all of a sudden, you know, by the age of 13, right? And even before that, all of a sudden we had to move. So where I had grew up at, the neighborhood I had grew up at as a child and had built friendships, you know, fostered these friendships since kindergarten or first grade, now all of a sudden I gotta move, you know, and we moved to the suburbs, and all of a sudden I gotta try to make new friends. That didn't go too well. So to this day, I still have the same best friend that I've had since 12. Okay? And then all of a sudden, you know, I can't just be a normal teenager because I've got to stay home and babysit my sister, watch her, keep her. You know, all of a sudden I had to get a job and start helping out. I had to help out, pay bills, provide for my sister, you know, just help in any way I could. I had to do that at 15. I altered my birth certificate. Man, I'm telling you, Generation X, I think that's what we are. I'm 53. Our generation was hustlers, man. We knew how to make some stuff happen in life because we had to. Our parents left us at home. We was latchkey kids. We knew how to like almost run a household by the time we was 15 because we had to make stuff happen. Our parents did not have time to, you know, baby us or cater to us or none of that. So by the time I was 15, I was working at McDonald's, you know, and all of a sudden I have responsibilities, like grown adult, like adult responsibilities as far as like just helping out, paying, getting my sister clothes or helping out my mom with bills, giving her money or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So these sudden changes in my life, I also remember I think I was 14 when all of a sudden my mama brings this guy home and she's like, he's going to be staying with us for a while. And I'm like, I don't know this man, you know? And all of a sudden there was a man living with us. And this is not to put my mama business out, but I'm telling y'all this for a reason, that your life circumstances, your life experiences will shape and mold who you become as a person, and it is up to you to not allow those things to dictate how you move through life and to constantly work on healing those things that have scarred you. And some things become like a PTSD type of situation, but it is still your responsibility to be aware of who you are as a person, understand your triggers, and not get lost, you know, in the sudden changes in life. To develop the emotional intelligence to understand who you are as a person so that you can vocalize or, you know, speak on in certain situations of what is going on with you emotionally. The only way you can do that is to work on you, is to become self-aware, is to pay attention to you, is to go back in moments in time and really think about those times that really impacted you as a child or as a teenager, as a or as a young adult. To really pay attention to the times that impacted your life and changed you in some kind of way. You understand what I'm saying? So, I want you all to understand that life is life, and life will always happen. And as you grow up, you cannot, you know, the experiences that you go through in your childhood, in your young adult years, you can't allow those to define you and use them as a crutch and as an excuse of why you're still behaving in certain manners. You have to take accountability and say, well, this is what happened to me at this point in my life, and be aware of how those situations or instances affected you, and face it and understand this is what happened and this is why I am the way I am, or this is why I respond to certain things in life the way I do. And once you understand that, then and only then can you respond differently and not allow those things to control you. So for me, you know, the sudden change, you know, from 5 to 6 months plan to 30 days plan was a trigger for me. You know what I'm saying? And it really did affect me, you know, pretty badly. It did. It affected me strongly. But because I am aware of why, I was able to articulate to my fiance, which I've already done before, but I was able to reiterate, this is what's going on with me. And let me tell you something, when I did that, it took the power of that thing. It took that power away from that thing, that trauma that happened in my young years. It took the power away. So I want you to be aware of what affects you, what moves you in ways that's just like takes you back to being 5 or 10 or 12. Those things, those instances in your life that makes you feel 15 again. You know, you instantly click back to being 17 again or 21. And be really aware of those things, and then be able to grab a hold of it, you know, speak on it and say, this is what's going on with me, but it can't control me. And when you take that power away from that thing that occurred in your life at whatever time previously in your life, you take your power back. You take your power back. Okay? That is my message. I don't know why God put that on my heart right now. I'm like, my edges ain't even done, Lord. I ain't even got a chance to lay my edges down today, Lord. But you know what? It's okay. I do not trip on that kind of stuff. You know, I'm authentic. That is the whole point, is to be authentic. It is important to be authentic. Just be who you are, you know? So I want y'all to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of the Thanksgiving that we have left. I think it is, I don't know what time it is. It's like 7 or something. I don't know. But y'all enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I am very grateful for each and every one of you. Like, you have no idea. I'm so grateful for anybody and everybody that takes their time out to listen to anything that I have to say. You know, I'm so grateful for you. So thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all have a blessed day. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next video.